Hello, hello, and welcome to Verbling. I'm Teacher Oakley, and once again, it's time for idioms. For the next hour, we're going to be looking at idioms that are in some way associated with economics and talking about the economy in general. This week, we've been focusing on idioms related to work, business. Today, we'll wrap it up by looking at economics. As usual, students will take turns doing some, mosquito, doing some simple exercises. And as we do the exercises, we'll try to clarify the meaning of the idiom as well as the situational use. Do we use it not only to talk about economics and business, and I'll try to clarify when the idioms are used in other general ways to talk about other things. Okay, that's the plan. Hello, Heidi.
Hello, nice to see you again. About the economic, today I was very surprised. I was watching
0.01%. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, negative interest.
Me too.
I've never had such kind of strategy.
Neither have I, and I also was just stunned. Like, what?
So this morning, the stock market was quite bad. It decreased. Then afternoon, it started. Suddenly, it rose up. So
yeah, I bet.
I wondered what happened, and even N value decreased. At first, it was 117 yen a dollar, but later it became 120 yen. 3 yen.
Yeah. That was, I think that's a first, like a world first.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that's the first time ever any country has ever done that.
So even though all banks in Japan deposit in the central bank, their money always decreasing. So they bought dollars, maybe.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's crazy. Paying people to take a bank loan, basically.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Fascinating, in fact. Yeah. I know. I know what you mean. I saw it while I was having my lunch. I was watching the news and the business report, and what? No way. That's wrong. And I actually double checked on the internet. No, it's true. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Very, very surprising.
I gained the money.
That's great. Well, congratulations on that one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's bring our focus back to the idioms. In today's class, we're going to first look at some literal meanings of words that will be keywords in the idioms as we proceed through the lesson. So I'm going to do a screen share and we'll talk about some literal meanings of some of these English vocabulary words, mostly nouns, I guess. Oh, there's a couple verbs. Okay. Lots of, you're going to see throughout the lesson, actually, that many of these economic related idioms are related to planes and flying. Strangely enough, provide a lot of metaphors for economists and writers to use. Metaphors, of course, are metaphors, analogies, when something is like something else. So I guess for them, planes and flying are like the economy, including things like soaring and things like crashing, opposite ends of the spectrum. Okay, so these literal meanings of words are actually have to do with planes and flying. All right, let's take a look. Plenty of room in the class, by the way. Anybody wants to join in, just jump in any old time you feel like. Heidi, number 1.
If a plane it comes down very quickly and is in danger of crashing. Nose dives? No.
It could be. I think there are 2 answers here.
Free fall?
Well, that would have to be plural.
Plummet.
Yeah. But all of these have to do with coming down very fast. Free fall is more the idea of without engines. Plummets is coming down very fast, and nosedive is coming straight down. So I guess the worst would be nosedive. But yeah, nosedives, because it's plural, as well as plummets, both of these verbs would actually fit the sentence. Okay. All right, well, number 2.
When a plane falls into the sea, we normally say that it collision.
No.
The same, no?
Yeah, you could say it plummets into the sea or it nosedives into the sea. Yeah, you're right. 1 and 2 are kind of interchangeable. I would probably pick nosedive probably into the sea. I don't know. Plummets is more the notion of the falling part. Nosedive has a little bit of the idea of actually contact.
Dive means
dives. Well, there you go. Yeah, right. Sea, dives. Yeah, okay, good point. Yes. When I lived in the States, I used to ski it a lot, and one of my favorite ski trails was called Nosedive. I bet you can guess what kind of a trail it was. It was obviously very steep. Yeah. Okay, number 3.
If 2 planes fly into each other, they have a mid-air collision.
Yes, collision. Collision we usually use for 2 solid things that are both moving. Yeah, 2 moving solid things. So it would be a little strange to say collides. First of all, you could never say collides into the sea. It would be collide with the sea. That doesn't really work because the sea is not moving. So yeah, midair collision, strong collocation. To collide, of course, is the verb. Okay, number 4.
We are on turbulence for ascent and expect to land in 45 minutes. No.
No.
Course.
Course, yeah, we're on course.
On course, okay.
Yeah, on course, strong collocation to mean you're following the plan. And yeah, okay, in a plane, you're actually talking about physically following the plan, the map of where you're supposed to go. But we can also use on course to mean following a path. Okay, like making business projections. We're on course to see a 5% increase in profits, something like that. We're on the path is the idea. Okay, number 5.
Some people take part in free fall parachuting, which involves jumping out of a plane and not releasing your parachute until you are very close to the ground.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I guess. How close is very close? What do they mean? 6 feet. No, I don't think so. Okay. Free fall. Yeah. A plane can be in free fall as well. Anything can be in free fall. It means it doesn't have a motor. It's just falling freely. All right. And number 6.
If the weather conditions are very poor when flying, you experience turbulence.
Yeah. Have you experienced turbulence?
Yeah, but not so hard.
Yeah.
I had another airplane from Hawaii to Japan airline. The several cabin attendant got injured. They hit themselves on the ceiling of the airplane.
Yeah. I've seen that on a YouTube video before. Where people hit sudden turbulence and they were suspended in air. They kind of fly up, and not only do they hit, bump their heads on the roof or the cabin roof, but they go up and they stay up. You know what I mean? Like they're floating in outer space or whatever. They stay up for 1-2 seconds and then fall. Looks very scary.
So always I tie the belt, seat belt.
Yeah. Fasten is the verb. You fasten your seatbelt.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I do too. I'm with you on that one. Often when you have turbulence on a flight, you describe the ride as a bumpy ride. We had a very bumpy ride. But yeah. Okay. This next exercise is a little interesting. It's actually kind of a two-part exercise. We can do both things at once. First, complete the following newspaper headlines, all capital letters here, using one of the 5 words in bold italics here. And then after that, try to match it up with the meaning below here. Okay, so 2 parts. All right, Heidi, go ahead. Number 1.
Joy as share prices soar. No.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so up, down, which
up,
meaning?
Up, so up very fast.
Yep.
No, fast.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. Right. Soar has to do with up very fast, especially when you're talking about economics and money in general. Stock prices, profits, commonly associated with soar. Yeah, it's possible to talk about negative things, though, I guess. Expenses soared, possibly. Oil prices soared, which may not be a good thing. Well, good for some, bad for others. But anyway, eagles soar. The other physical, more common, natural thing, eagles soar. But when we talk about birds soaring, we're not really talking about them going up fast. We're talking about, the way eagles or vultures or hawks or falcons fly, where they circle around very, very, very high. It has more to the idea of being high, very high up and steady. It's interesting because the actual physical meaning is slightly different than the way we use it when we use it abstractly to talk about money and economics. Just a little confusing. Oh, looky here. Ken has joined us. Hi, Ken.
Yes, hello.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the class. Ken, Heidi and I were talking earlier about the latest announcement from the Japanese government about the interest rate. Have you seen that?
No, I didn't check the news today.
Okay. Well, it's quite shocking news. Should we just let him find out on his own, or should we tell him?
No, never mind. Sooner or later, I knew that the news.
Yeah, you will. Okay. All right. We'll leave it in suspense for you then.
Okay.
We won't give you a spoiler. I'll give you one clue though, Ken. It's like the first time ever.
Okay.
Anywhere. It's.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh, have I intrigued you? Okay. Okay, back to idioms. La 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 la. Okay, Ken, we're filling in the blanks for these newspaper headlines, they're all in uppercase letters here. And then we're talking about the actual meaning. So, okay, which would fit number 2?
Bank of England on blank course with industry. Bank on. I don't know. Grand course?
No. Course? No. Not course.
Soar course?
No.
Nose diver.
No. Okay, congratulations.
Really?
You guessed everything. Collision course.
Collision.
Your course, in this sense, is your direction or your path. So a collision course means you're headed straight for something else. So 2 physical objects, 2 cars on a collision course, that would mean they're going to hit each other head to head, head on collision. Actually, that's a strong collocation. A head-on collision, usually considered the most dangerous type of car accident, obviously, because both cars are moving and they both run into each other, so you have the combined force effect. Right. So, all right, in terms of economics and money, okay, Bank of England on collision course with industry. Somehow, obviously, this is not good. It's obviously negative, and there's going to be some kind of damage to one or the other or both, most likely. Okay. Okay. So what is the closest meaning down here? Ken? I'm still with you.
Yes.
To the idiom collision course, what meaning down here is probably the closest?
Collision maybe go down very fast.
No.
Going to disagree strongly, like crash. Okay.
Yeah. That's it. So they're going to just industry and Bank of England. That's it.
If coalition used for government politics, coalition government is tie up. A very different meaning.
Collision government.
Maybe different word. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Sometimes people can party cannot get a majority. That party tie up with small party to get a majority.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that's collision. There's another word.
Okay.
Coalition.
Are you talking about coalition?
Coalition.
A different word. Yeah.
Different word. Coalition. Yeah, coalition government.
Coalition, 2 things crash into each other.
Right. Collision, 2 things crash into each other. Coalition is a larger group formed from many parts. Is a coalition.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, Heidi. Number 3.
Economy back on ground. The ground? No, only ground.
No. Yeah, you're right to think of the ground, but yeah, not here. So ground doesn't work because you're right. It would have to say the ground. Doesn't work grammatically.
Going in the right direction again.
Yes, which is the right direction again. Yeah, that is the meaning. We're going backwards. So which word means the right direction, the path? Heidi?
Yeah. What?
Okay. You got the meaning or the definition before you got the word. So which word means going in the right direction again? In the right path?
Because back on the ground it became normal, right?
No, that's not it. It would have to be the ground.
The ground.
Yeah, and we don't have the, so it's not going to fit. So ground is not right. That's not the right answer. Okay, so the right answer for number 3 is course. Economy back on course. Okay, going in the
course, no ground.
yeah, right, not ground. Okay. Okay, and very common co-location, especially talking specifically about economics, is course correction. When the government makes a policy change, like the Japanese government did today, because something's going wrong in the economy, changes that will affect the economy are commonly referred to as course corrections. Course corrections can also be used, you know, I think this goes back to not just planes, but shipping, ships in the days of sailboats, and you set your course when you're sailing. That's what boats do. They set their course, they plan their exact path, how they're going to get from A to B. So a course correction is when a ship or a plane has to change 5 degrees west or whatever. It's also a very physical thing. Anyway, Ken, number 4.
Flotation fails to get off the ground.
Get off the ground. There's your the. Right. There's the. So yeah, get off the ground. All right. What is the meaning here?
Flotation. What is flotation?
Aha. I was going to ask you that. Okay. That's a good question. For me, that could mean 2 things as it relates to economics. Heidi, do you know what that means? What are they floating?
Yes, yes. For example, balloon have like flotation.
That's right.
The power to float on the air.
That's right. Literally, that's what it means. Balloons, well, balloons with helium gas, for example, will float. That's true. That's the physical meaning. So when it comes to economics, there's 2 things I can think of. First of all, like the Chinese RMB, the yuan, they don't really float it freely in the market. They don't let it find its own actual value compared to other currencies. The government of China manipulates that currency. They don't let it float naturally and find its own level.
Like start something.
That's the other one.
Do you know
Yeah.
AIIB?
Mm-hmm.
AIIB, Asian Inflation something association or something. Bank, some bank, the China designed the bank.
Mm-hmm.
But Japan and the United States refused to enter that, so they couldn't evaluation.
Right.
So they can't get off the ground.
Yeah, well, true. Okay, the other meaning of float when it comes to economics is when a company, a new company, when they want to introduce their stock to the public, okay, that's the verb we use. They float their stock. Okay, a couple years ago, whatever, Alibaba floated their stock on the stock market for the first time. In its initial public offering, you know, IPO, initial public offering, when they actually let people, normal people, public, buy their stock, the verb we use is they float their stock. So it has a couple meanings when it comes to economics, and this headline is so vague, I'm not sure which one they're talking about. I really dislike using headlines for this kind of exercise because headlines tend to not use correct grammar. You know, they drop things like articles and verbs or whatever. Okay, anyway. But anyway, let's try the last one here. Ken, back to you. Flotation fails to get off the ground. What is the meaning? It Fails to get off the ground.
Maybe it fails to get off.
Yeah. So which meaning below?
Uh,
What does that mean?
Unsuccessful start.
Right. That's it. Yeah, his idea for a new company to sell chocolate peanuts never got off the ground. So this one is also used in business to talk about unsuccessful business ideas, or businesses that never get started, really. Doesn't get off the ground. Okay, Heidi, number 5.
City panic at profit nosedive.
Yeah. And
go down very fast.
Yeah, not good. Obviously, very negative. Yeah. Okay. All right.
This city means the city, bank city in London. No.
Maybe. I think it does, actually. I think you're right. I was trying to figure that out myself. I think I was actually trying to figure that out. I didn't think of what you just said, but that makes sense, considering that this material originally is British. So, yeah, I'm sure. Okay. I'm sure you're right. Okay. Moving on. All right. These following sentences are taken from newspapers that use idioms. Again, newspapers, media, well, newspapers, even television media, they're very, very fond of, it's very, very normal to hear these idioms used talking about economics. So, Ken, number 1.
Okay. There is blank enough financial market at present. There is a lot of turbulence.
Mm-hmm. In reality, that's actually very true. It's just by coincidence, it happens to be very true right now. Yeah, so what's the meaning then, Ken?
Up and down.
Yep, precisely. And again, with not just the idioms, but even using similar adjectives that we use to talk about flying, airplanes and flying. We also use, you will see a lot in the media about the economy. Yes, the economy's in for a bumpy ride. Lots of turbulence. Yeah.
I read some news articles, the volatility of the stock market.
Mm-hmm. That's also a common collocation used with the economy, especially the stock market. Yep. Volatile. The economy is very volatile, or the market's very volatile right now, which is very close to, turbulence, bumpy, volatile, up and down. Yep. You're right. Heidi, number 2, please.
Claims the government back to work plan had never taken off.
Yeah. So what's the meaning?
Mm-hmm.
So it's never taken off. What does that mean?
Not start.
Yeah, not start, not take off. Plane take off, it leaves the ground. So it has never gotten off the ground. You could say equally, same meaning, same idea. Yeah. Some government plan that never really caught on. If something never catches on, it's introduced, but nobody really does it. Okay. In the United States, Obamacare took a while to catch on. They had a lot of technical problems, but whatever. People didn't want to do it at first. It took some time to take off. It took a while to get off the ground. It took some time to catch on. Ken, number 3.
Okay. Several Asian currencies are climbed out of to the lowest level of this year.
Well, you climb out has the idea of climbing up. You don't climb up to a
climb
low
up.
level.
That means maybe plunging.
Yeah. Okay. With R, we're using the ing present participle of the verb to form present continuous tense to talk about the general idea of now.
Yes.
Yep. So that's it. So they're plunging, obviously, down. They're going low. So yes, down, 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 down fast. Plunging, plummeting, diving, falling, all of those. Common to talk about. Common to talk about economy as a whole and specific parts of economy or specific parts of business finances. Yeah. Heidi, number 4.
The market is in soft landing.
No.
Then free fall.
Yes. That's not good. That's obviously completely very negative. That means free fall has the idea, okay, there's no motor. Like if your airplane is in free fall, the engines have all died, or a skydiver free falls. It has the idea of there's no control whatsoever, which is a scary thing, obviously, when it comes to the market. All right. Okay, Ken, number 5.
Okay. Japan has proposed an aid package to help Asian economies climb out of recession.
Very good. So moving the other way, as opposed to plunging to their lowest levels, they're climbing up and climbing out of whatever, climbing out of recession, climbing out of debt. You climb out of something negative. Yeah. Heidi, number 6.
Despite the present difficulties, economists think the British economy will make a soft landing in the autumn.
That's right. And here, excuse me, here's an idiomatic expression, a soft landing, which if you're paying any attention to the Chinese economy, any article you read about China in the last 6 months, I guarantee 90% of them include the use of this idiom, a soft landing. All the economists are talking about this right now. Will the Chinese economy make a soft landing or a hard landing in the opposite? What does that mean, Heidi? What are we asking if we're asking, will China have a soft landing?
Some economic situations getting down, then they try to let's say to the soft landing, let's say.
Well,
reach some place.
Well, you think about slowly. That's right, slowly. Just like a plane, you'd prefer to have a soft landing when you land in a plane, as opposed to a hard landing where things catch on fire and you slide down the runway. Yeah, where it's not so painful. Everybody knows the Chinese economy is going to slow down or is slowing down. So how fast, how hard will it hit? How many people will be hurt? That's what we're talking about when we're talking about soft landing, hard landing.
Almost all Japanese economists say it's very difficult. No one can stop the economic situation in China. It's going.
I agree. I've actually, again, on my lunch hour just a couple hours ago, I was reading about what George Soros has to say about China. Very interesting. Actually, our next hour's class, we're going to talk economics, so maybe we could talk more about that stuff in next class. I'm looking forward to it. Next hour, following hour. Okay, and here's more. Basically, this looks like another media type report where we're using some of these, again, flight and airplane related words to fill in the blanks. All right. Okay, Ken.
Okay. Financial institutions around the world are panicking after yesterday's crash.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously negative. Obviously, you hear Wall Street and crash. Those are two words you don't want to hear together. Obviously. All right. All right. A crash doesn't mean absolutely the end of the world. It's all over. Economists tend to, generally speaking, in my opinion, they tend to panic and exaggerate everything. There's nobody more afraid, not a mouse, not a rabbit. There's nobody more afraid than an economist, in my opinion.
Yeah, and actual people feeling, up to such kind of thing actually.
So emotional.
Thing, yeah. Emotion is very important. The vehicle of the stock market.
It is. It's all emotions and perceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy game. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Heidi from share prices.
Share prices prompted.
Yep.
As banks and lending institutions struggle to stabilize.
Yeah, meaning the same thing but different phrase.
Back on course.
Well, that also is very similar, but no.
Uh-huh.
They struggle. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Might as well finish the sentence.
The downward spiral.
That's it. So some strong collocations here. Very strong collocations. Words that very commonly go together. Very strong. Prices stabilize. Prices stabilize. Prices plummeted. I'm sorry. Prices plummeted here, but stable prices also goes together. But anyway, struggle to regain. The whole thing here is very common. Struggle to regain control. Okay. And struggle to regain control can be about physical things. Struggle to regain control of your car when you have a flat tire on the highway. Okay, you can struggle to regain control of your staff if your staff is revolting and suddenly not listening to you. I don't know. Struggle to regain control of whatever, many things. Downward spiral. Strangely, we never say upward spiral, but always downward spiral. Very strong collocation. You will often hear that one. Ken.
All the close of trading, the president announced that measures were being taken to blank the situation and get the economy blank. Taken to regain control.
Well, that could be, but it's not grammatically correct. It would have to be regain control of the situation.
To back on course.
Well, you got it backwards. No.
No. To stabilize.
Yes, there's the verb. Yeah.
And get economy to get back on course.
That's it. Get back on course.
Yes.
Yeah, get back on course. Get has to be part of that idiom. Stabilize, okay. Stabilize the situation. This is not an idiom at all. It's just a collocation that's very common.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, all right. Spiral, plummet, and crash are all very similar. Stabilize, back on course, regain control, all very similar. All right. Okay. Now, same thing. More fill in the blank. Another little story here. for us to read and fill in the blank. Okay. We'll go a sentence at a time. So here you go. Heidi?
Here in the UK, amid fears that interest rates will go what? Go
Here. Here, Heidi.
through the roof.
Woo! Yeah, sorry.
Like skyrocketed.
Yeah, it's similar, very similar. Good. Yeah. That's it. Okay, you can continue. So we get
Through the roof. The chancellor gave assurances that the home economy was still turbulent.
It's weird to give assurance. Turbulent is not good. Assurances are positive statements. Oh, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Everything's okay.
On schedule. No.
I guess so. It's the only one that it could be, because it's the only one that is positive. So it has to be, but it seems a little weird. I don't know how. It's weird for me. How can an economy be on schedule? That just seems strange to me, but okay. I guess it's more British than American. Anyway.
But that progress might be delayed by the adverse affecting other major economies and adverse conditions.
Absolutely, very good. Okay. Our only true idiom here is go through the roof. Okay. As in the picture. I like this picture. Okay. Anyway, something goes through the roof. It goes way up. It's like skyrocket. It goes up very fast. Yes, skyrocket is definitely metaphorical, idiomatic. Right. This idiom can be used for positive or negative things. Prices can go through the roof, not good. Profits can go through the roof, very good. Okay, so it can go either way. There is another meaning. There's another meaning for go through the roof, and it is in reference to a person. So Heidi, what does it mean if my wife went through the roof when I didn't come home until 3 in the morning?
No, run away.
Well, okay. Very, very angry is the idea.
Not to run away.
No, not run away. She went through the roof. If somebody goes through the roof. Now, I don't even know. I'm not sure. I don't think this is a British expression. I don't think British use it this way, but I know Americans do. I'm positive. Yeah. Went through the roof. My boss went through the roof when I told him we weren't going to finish the project on time. Yeah, he got very, very angry. Okay. Again, I don't really understand this phrasing. Home economy was still on schedule. Who schedules an economy? That doesn't actually make sense to me. I suppose that means it's more or less metaphorical, because I can't make any sense of it. Not one that I understand it, but not one I'm
like still controllable.
Yeah, that's it. That's the idea. Right, exactly. I understand that that's what it means, but yeah, anyway. Progress might be delayed. Well, delayed is okay. That's pretty straightforward. That's not idiomatic. By the adverse conditions, strong collocation. Adverse conditions are obviously negative, bad conditions. I think the opposite would maybe be positive conditions, would be good conditions. Okay. In any case, Ken?
Okay, by the adverse blank, affecting. No, after.
Yeah, from after. Yeah.
Sorry. After blank days, days trading, he said was confident that Britain could blank clear of the U.S. disaster. Hmm?
After a blank day's trading.
After a steer, turbulent.
Yes, turbulence.
After a turbulent day's trading, he said he was confident that Britain could something positive.
Yep.
Could steer.
Yeah.
Steer clear of the U.S. disaster.
That's it. Okay. Turbulence, of course, when you're flying in a plane is when you have drops in air pressure, sudden drops in air pressure, or rises in air pressure caused by weather patterns, and so the airplane jumps up and down in the air. So when the stock market, especially, but any other areas or facets of the economy jump up and down very quickly, we say they're turbulent. We can talk about more generally, or you see here in this example, after a turbulent day's trading, very specific, one day of trading he's describing as being turbulent, right? And then, actually another true idiom, steer clear of something, steer clear of trouble, some kind of trouble or danger.
In this sense, clear is noun. Steer is a verb, and
what is it? That's a good question. Or is it actually an adverb? I think it's an adverb.
Not clearly. Clear. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Strangely, I think it's being used as an adverb. It has to be, because it's definitely modifying how you steer. How do you steer? Clear.
Okay.
How do you steer? Slowly, carefully.
Yes,
it's an adverb for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right, but it's a little weird because normally the adverb form is ly, clearly.
Yes.
Interesting. Right. But weird things happen in idioms, and this one is kind of idiomatic because you're not actually steering anything. Of course, you steer your car or a boat or a plane. That's how you choose your direction. Right. So idiomatically, you try to abstractly steer clear of danger, trouble, bad things. Very common to use this in like day-to-day English as well. Something like, I try to steer clear of the boss today. He's in a terrible mood.
I see.
Try to avoid him, in other words. That would be very common, actually, for Americans. Okay.
I have a question about that. This cartoon.
The cartoon? Yeah. Okay.
The rate went through the roof. So did Mr. McDonald. What does it mean? So did Mr. McDonald.
Well, it's a joke. As you can see by the picture, it's just a joke. Oh, okay. All right. Remember, I was saying for Americans, if somebody goes through the roof, they lose their temper really bad. I think for British, if somebody goes through the roof, I think they do have the same idiom, obviously. That's what they're joking about. But I think it means something differently. Maybe it just means they lose their, I don't know. Mr. McDonald, what is he? Does he look? He looks panicked and worried to me, not angry. Just my opinion. So I think it means something slightly different for Brits. Not angry, like Americans use it, but like he went crazy a little bit. I guess for whatever purposes, the interest rates going way up probably hurt Mr. McDonald's business or his profit margin or his savings or his holdings or whatever. So he freaked out. He panicked, freaked out. He jumped through the roof. I guess that's the idea.
Okay.
Okay. All right, a little revision, a little review. Choose the best way to complete the sentence. All right, 50-50 chance here on this one. Lots of examples of up and down movement in economics. Heidi, number 1.
Good news for investors. Interest rates is stabilizing.
Mm-hmm. Stable interest rates would be, yeah, would be beneficial. The good news, the good part of the good news. Yeah. All right. Stabilizing, meaning not stable, is the opposite of turbulent or volatile. Ken, 2.
Bad news for borrowers. Interest rates are going through the roof.
Yep, going way up. So if you borrow money, you have to pay back more interest. That's probably not a good thing for borrowers. Right. Heidi, number 3.
Good news for industry. Interest rates are plummeting.
Okay, so companies, business, industry frequently have to borrow money. It's normal. It's considered
Negative.
normal business.
Negative.
Yeah. And they certainly will be in Japan in the upcoming weeks. I want to go to Japan and get a loan. Who are we kidding? Okay. Ken, number 4.
The rescue plan never really got off the ground.
Yeah, okay. Never got started. Okay. Heidi, number 5.
We are trying to get the economy on course. Trying to get the economy back on course.
Back on course, yeah, right. Collision course would be bad. Back on course, meaning the desired direction and path is your course, right? Ken, number 6.
There is at least one Asian economy which has plummeted. Plummeted into sounds fine to me, but I'm not sure.
Plummeted.
Plummeted. Yeah, that's right. T sound. T.
Yep. Yep. You pronounce the ed when you end a verb with d or t. Then you actually pronounce the id. Plummeted. Which, Ken? Into or out of?
Sounds fine to me, but I don't know the meaning.
Which one sounds fine?
Plummeted into.
Well, you could plummet into something, but plummet means drop, like
out of control.
go down very, very steeply, very fast, falling. So if you plummet into something, if you, I don't know, plummet into a rock, it's gonna hurt. Okay. Okay. I think here plummet out of control. I mean, it's possible to have plummet into something, but in that case, we would actually be talking about the physical meaning of actually physically falling. And plummeted into the ocean. Okay, the Malaysian air flight plummeted into the ocean. There you go. In that case, into would be better. Out of control. Yeah, we generally don't say into control. That's out of control is the collocated phrase. He's out of control. He's in control. Well, okay, you can be in control, but not into. All right. Okay, Heidi, number 7.
Industry is finally climbing out of recession.
Yeah, recession is a bad thing. You want to climb out of that. Definitely. Okie doke. And last one, Ken.
The largest figures show the economy is on course to achieve government targets. Economy figures show the economy is on course to achieve the government targets.
Yeah, that's right. That's the collocation, the preposition we use with course, on course. Okay, on the path. That's right. Well, I can't help it. Ken, I was going to avoid this. I was trying to keep you in suspense, but look, we've still got 4 minutes left of class time here, and look at our question. So, Ken, have interest rates in your country soared or plummeted recently? Haha! Ken doesn't know.
No.
Okay. Heidi?
I post the link of the link.
You still want him to be surprised, don't you? Me too, actually. Very interesting news. Yeah.
I see.
Okay. Okay, Heidi put it in the Hangouts chat box for you. You can check it out between classes. Yeah. In an unprecedented move. Okay. You know what that word means? Unprecedented? Heidi?
Okay.
Okay, Ken, whatever.
Never heard.
Yeah, never been done before. Yes, in an unprecedented move, Japan has actually, their interest rate is actually negative. Yep. I mean, very, very small, 0.01, but it's actually negative, which would mean if you borrow money, they actually pay you. But there again, you borrow 100 and you get 0.1. That's not very much, but nevertheless, it's quite astonishing. Yeah, I'm very curious what the reaction will be.
Yeah. I opened Japanese Yahoo. They're broadcasting something from the government officials.
Right now?
Yes.
As we speak? Yeah, well, okay, that's, as I speak, I was just saying, I'm very curious, both, how the Japanese government will present it, how economists will, what will economists say about it, how will other countries react to it. It's very much unprecedented and a shocking maneuver. Why? Why did they, I mean, obviously as a stimulus to the economy. All right. Heidi, what is a stimulus to the economy? Another common phrase.
How can I say? To stimulant means not super.
Well, actually, we actually use
encourage.
Yeah, encourage. And actually, more idiomatically, since that is this class, to spark the economy would be very, very common in reality. Yeah, meaning the same thing, to stimulate or to spark the economy, to encourage the economy. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But I was very surprised, but I'm a little glad. This is the first time. So.
Yeah, it's quite, well, that's something. It really is quite a piece of news. Yeah, you should be glad. I don't know how that. Well, I wonder why no one has ever done that before. It just seems like something you can't do, I guess.
Yeah.
But it seems quite obvious that it's going to stimulate the economy. How could it not?
You should buy a house in Japan.
I wonder about that. Does that mean that obviously this is a move by the central bank? So is this going to filter through? So normal citizens making, like you just said, like a home loan or a car loan?
Maybe loan, the interest of the loan is very low.
Very, very low.
Close to zero.
Yeah. Wow, that's weird. Okay, Heidi, question. If I deposit money into a Japanese bank, into a savings account, what kind of interest can I get for a savings deposit?
If you are common banks in Japan deposit the money in the Central Bank of Japan. So Central Japan take the interest from the banks before they are paying.
Right.
Mm.
Right. Yeah, I understand. But I'm wondering how it will filter down to normal Japanese people.
So
But
bankers need to work harder to look for some people.
bankers need to work harder. That's just funny. Okay, we're definitely out of time, and now I went overtime again. Okay, gotta go. I'll be back in a couple minutes with a conversation class. We'll talk more about the economy. Thank you, Ken, Heidi.
Thank you very much.